Hey guys, this script summary, she does it all, a little bit of everything. There was something going on in Hollywood right now. Our favorite shows at nighttime, some of them will be affected because of the writers' strike. So I don't understand. I feel like every other year this thing happening where the writers are not doing their job because they say they are not being paid the way they're supposed to. So they stop writing and they're on the street and doing what they do best. So let's see what's going on. It says, what shows are affected by the writers' strike? SNL and late night are among the first. It won't be a late night with Seth Meyers and Stephen Colbert or either of the Jimmys for a while. Movie and television writers move ahead with a costly industry ride worked out for the first time in 15 years. The Writers Guild of America, which represents 11,500 television writers and screenwriters, announces late Monday that a strike would begin early Tuesday, with picketing commencing in the afternoon after negotiations with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, which represents Hollywood studio, failed to yield a new deal before the current guild contract expired. For TV fans, it means that the writers began your favorite shows like ABC's About Elementary, Showtime, Yellow Jackets, and Netflix Stranger Things are headed for the picket lines, and depending on the duration of the strike, the move either will have a switch or delay effect on TV production. So there's a lot going on here. Late night talk shows are the first to be affected, including The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel Live, The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, and Late Night with Seth Meyers, as well as those on cable network like Real Time with Bill Maher and Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Really? Or rely on guide writers to pump out topical monologues and skits. Wow, I didn't know. Colbert, Fallon, Kimmel, and Mayers have already openly agreed to pause production on their shows, which will revert to reruns on Tuesday until further notice. Mayer and Oliver's show will go dark immediately with no rerun schedule. Wow. Mayers addresses the strikes with viewers on Monday night on his show, saying it would be interrupted if the strikes happen. He voiced support for the writers, telling the audiences that the show was built on strong writing. Look, no one is entitled to a job in show business, but for those people who have a job in show business, they are entitled to fair compensation. They are entitled to make a living, he said. I think it's a very reasonable demand that it's being set out by the guild, and I support those demands. But I also believe that everybody at the table right now, be it from the writer side or the studio side, knows that the future of this business is dependent on storytellers. But yeah, without them, there is no show. It shows that they are important. They are a part of the story. After going dark for a few weeks during the last strike, some of the TV's late night hosts returned to work without their writing staff in order to keep other employees working in an attempt to pull off their shows as usual. However, others learned into the bit. Conan O'Brien, then the host of Late Night with Conan O'Brien, filled airtime by spinning his wedding ring on his desk and ziplining over studio audience. He's crazy. He'll make anything work. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Meanwhile, Saturday Night Live will air repeat until further notice. NBC confirmed the show originally had 3 episodes scheduled to air this month, including one this week with former cast member Pete Davidson as host. If a strike stretches out for a prolonged period, viewers could next see soap operas, TV series, and movie productions affected as the reserve of complete scripts runs low. Gotta be careful. Gotta pay the people. There is now a seemingly never-ending supply of content made year-round, in contrast to traditional broadcast model of the past, where pilot episodes were commissioned in the spring and new shows were launched in the fall. As the rise of cable and streaming platforms have flooded the landscape, most broadcast shows such as ABC's Grey's Anatomy and CBS Ghost will finish their current seasons as their final episode have already been written and filmed. But a prolonged strike could hold up work on new episodes, which typically happens over the summer, and delay their return in the fall. And shows on cable and streaming tend to have a longer delayed a longer lead time, making it difficult to assess any immediate impact. It would take a prolonged workout before any critical signs of a slowdown in new TV shows and episodes are felt by viewers. In recent weeks, programs such as Hacks, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Lone Star have been shooting in Los Angeles, according to data from Film LA, which organizes permitting for the county. However, Hacks, which was in production for season 3, has now shut down, according to sources. Loot, Quantum Leap, and Station 19 were among those TV shows Film LA listed as requesting permits for filming in Los Angeles just this week. Although it is unclear whether they would proceed with filming, the data does not account for TV shows currently in production outside of Los Angeles. Meanwhile, the scripts for the 4th season of Disney Plus, The Mandalorian, have been written. The show's creator, Jon Favreau, recently confirmed to the French news channel BFM TV HBO's House of the Dragon began production on season 2 last month, and the scripts for the episode have been completed, according to source. Writing on this 5th season of Stranger Things began last August, but Netflix would not comment on whether the scripts have been completed. It's a lot. You have to respect the people. They are talented. They know what they're doing. They make things better for you. You have to pay them. Writers have begun holding demonstrations outside of all the major studios, as well as productions on both coasts. On the East Coast, Guild members are picketing at Netflix Manhattan headquarters, Warner Bros. Discovery offices, and NBC Universal's 30 Rockefeller's Plaza. They will also picket outside of Radio City Music Hall later this month, when NBC will host its upfront presentation, in which is boosts its fall slate to advertisers on the West Coast. Writers are convening at the major studios, including the Culver City office of Amazon and Sony Pictures, and at Radford Studio Center, formerly CBS Radford, where CBS still films some shows. On what may be last new episode of The Late Show for a while, host Stephen Colbert told viewers Monday night that a walkout by WGA was imminent. The union could go on strikes tomorrow, which means that writers might have to do something totally against their nature. Go outside, Colbert said. Felipe Torres Medina, a writer on The Late Show, was among the approximately 200 WGA members and supporters who formed a picket line that ran for a block along Fifth Avenue in Midtown Manhattan. They marched outside of the venue where NBC Universal's Picket streaming services was booked for an advertiser presentation. It's really important that we protect and have minimums for late night writers for streaming because we don't have them right now. Medina said, currently our shows are on TV network, but that can change at any moment. While traditional late-night TV audiences are shrinking, networks often boast about the staggering number of views comedy segments from the shows attract on social media platforms. As an immigrant to the U.S. from Colombia and a person of color, Medina believes a better deal for the union is the route to improving diversity in writers' rooms. This is about protecting everyone who looks like me, who might be joining the union, he said. Okay. It's a lot more going on, guys. I don't want it to take too long. I just want to bring it to you guys that your favorite TV show at night might not be around, and it might take a longer time than expected because they have the writers' strike. And let me know how you feel. And subscribe. Bye.